Hi, this is Claire again, and we are looking at the full moon cards with the Visconti Sforza Tarot. It is new, published in German right now, so I'm using these cards. I got them from the publishers so I could show people, and as I do the readings in German and in English too, I use them here too. As always, they have been drawn first in the German version of the video, and of course these are difficult times to read the cards, and there were even some people who said, well, you did not see the Ukraine crisis coming in the previous reading. And of course I did not had a focus on anything like that, because we don't do fortune telling here. Yes, I always I have many people who are returning watchers, so to say, to the videos, so they already know, so I don't mention it in every video. This is not about fortune telling. I'm working with resonance here, so this means maybe you will feel resonance to one card in the reading, to two cards, to three cards, or to none at all. And it's just an interesting reading about the cards. I hope a little bit interesting. So this is not about fortune telling here. It's about resonance, and it's about the inner, we say it in German, the inner bell ringing, so to say. And when this inner bell rings, then you feel, oh, this card has something to do with myself, so to say. Yes, of course the crisis is very moving, and in my tarot correspondence course, someone asked me what I would think about readers who are doing, like here on YouTube, videos right now about the war and all of this, and they had a strange feeling when they saw this, and I can share this emotion. I share this emotion. This is what I feel too, because we are in a cozy place, so to say, and then reading the cards. Yes, being in a cozy place, reading the cards over war and people who lose everything, even their life, is like maximum superficial, so to say. To me personally, I know there will be people who do this with the best intent, and I don't want to condemn anyone, but to me it feels not appropriate. Let's say it like this. It feels strange. It is like the compassion is missing somehow. You could say it like this, yes, because especially many feelings are also stirred up for myself. I'm coming from the former GDR, which was the eastern part of Germany, which was in the Soviet zone, so to say. So when we call this Wende in German, I don't know how you say in English, the change when the wall came down, so to say, the Berlin Wall, I was 9 years old. So this means I know from my own history what it's like to live in, yes, in a system, so to say, in a system where you know you can't tell this and that at school, what can be said at home, but you should never ever tell it outside of home. And all of this, I know this, living in fear, and also in always knowing that you cannot tell this, you cannot tell that. You have to be always careful what you say, and also you have to play like everything is normal in the situation. Yes, so I can understand so much the fight for freedom and for that you can speak out whatever you think. Yes, even if it's crazy to some people. We have seen this in the virus problems. So people had some strange ideas about everything, but they could say it freely. Yes, and this is what democracy is about. And I totally understand this fighting for freedom, and that people want to give everything for it. As a child, or an almost teen, so to say, I was at the Monday demonstrations, as they were called here in German, who helped to change the system and everything. And this is something, this maybe is nothing that people long for so much as for freedom. Yes, and if you were born in freedom and you were raised in freedom and all of that, and in democracy, then some people think it's so easy to tear down a system, a regime, or however you want to call it. It's not that easy, because regimes, I'm sorry, my cat, regimes work. They know how to work. They know how to do propaganda and all of this. And as long as much or enough people are doing it the same way, so to say, the minority cannot change anything, and they have many people that are working directly for them. They are getting their money from them, so they are not interested in changing all of that. Yes, so I don't want to do too much politics, and I was a little bit not afraid, but I had respect to do this reading, because it's difficult to say and something about it and to find the right words. Yeah, because it's so moving, and yes, it's really moving, and you don't want to say too much, but you, of course, you cannot leave this topic out to make a cozy tarot reading here. So yes, that's it. But now we make a little shift. We focus on the cards, and the cards are strong too. It would have been strange if nothing would have popped out, but these are really strong cards, so to say. So we start with a Tower card. This was the first card I had drawn, and the Tower is, of course, about change. And this is not a reading about world politics or anything like that. As I have mentioned it before, I don't think this is very tasteful, I think you can say in English, so it's not very appropriate. We are living in a cozy place, so to say. It's not appropriate to say, oh, I'm reading the cards now about you in a war. Yeah, this is no. This is not the way. So come back to this. These cards can have individual meanings to you. Yeah, maybe you feel them in your life. Maybe you're saying like, oh, it's interesting, I didn't know this about the card. So you will feel if it has a link to you. And because many people worldwide are now thinking about these topics, about the war and everything, of course there is a huge energy of fear, of not understanding, in the meaning, not understanding we say in German, in the meaning that you simply cannot understand this on a personal level, on an emotional level. Yeah, it's too much, it's too heavy, and this is a huge energy. And also I see huge energies are moved to change it in the spiritual scene, so to say. I've seen that Buddhists are starting to work with certain emanations from Tara to stop the war. This is just one example. I know many people, many witches are working for a change, for positive change. I see the churches praying. I see, yes, shamanic it's difficult in English, shamanic practitioners doing rituals, working with the spirits, trying their best to work for change. So if it has one good thing, it's maybe more unity for the people, for the good things, if you can say it like this. Yes, so change is also a very big word on the Tower card. It is the key word for the Tower card. The Tower is about sudden change, and this means tearing down the walls. Yes, I'm back at my GDR. Yes, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. You might know this. So it's about tearing down walls. It is about yes, it is about, here you have, how you say, a flash, and here you have the sun. It is red, so it is like more a Mars sun somehow. In these old manuscripts from the Renaissance, where these cards come from, you also see the stars often in their typical colors depicted. So one could even think this is more Mars and not the sun. And yes, it is about sudden change, and when everything changes and the walls are torn down, so to say, you might feel a little bit naked somehow in the first moment, because walls, yes, they can make your room too small for yourself. You have to become bigger, you are growing. But in the first moment when you put this away, like a snake shedding its skin, it can feel like, oh, well, these walls were too tight for me, but they also secured me. They were like giving me hold somehow. I know this is German English now, but like holding something, yeah. The things that are holding you can also be the things that yes, that are becoming too small. So this is about sudden change. It is about abrupt change. Everything happens in one moment and snap, then everything is changed. But in the end, like when 2 weeks are passed, 2 months are passed, or whatever, we often look back at this and it was so helpful, it was so needed. It was not cozy and nice and beautiful at the moment when this was happening, but it was like a catalyst, you could say. It helped to make a something that developed very small, very in a very small time, so to say. You could say, how you say in English, like time lapse. It is happening very, very fast. So this is like a fastness card. This is what I want to say. Difficult, not easy, but when it has happened, it really has happened. Then this is over, so to say. Yes, our second card is also a little bit difficult. This is a Hanged Man. It's a very classical card from tarot. Most people know it, like the Tower. There are some cards like Death, Tower, Devil, Hanged Man. Everyone knows them because we tend to have a look at the bad things, so to say, at the things that seem complicated and evil or a little bit heavy for us, so to say. But he is about, yes, seeing things upside down, having a different look, viewing things from a different angle. Yes, it's a 180-degree change is this card. These have many things in common, these two cards. You see this, people are upside down. Yeah, this is the first thing you could compare from these cards. This is more active in a way that it is brought over you by destiny, by life itself, by the development of things. So this happens to you. It's most often not that people break free by themselves. It's more that it comes from the outside, yeah, or from the inside in a way that you have a certain feeling, you have a certain yes, a very uprooting feeling, so to say, and then you have to change it. It must be like that, yeah. This can happen too. It can be from the inside, but most often there is a catalyst somehow, which is from the outside, coming from the outside, like this red sun or red star or Mars or whatever you want to see in it. Yes, so this is more passive here. This is more about he cannot do many things. He can just see it. Yeah, and when we see Smith Waite deck, we also have the a halo around the head. So this is like the light bulb that is glowing, and you got it. Yeah, you see it. You get the light. So this is a card that is uncomfortable at first. It is really about seeing things from a different angle, but in the end, this is helpful. Without this not so convenient situation, you would not have seen it like that. It would not, nothing would have changed, so to say, because it would have been too cozy. It would have been too, could we say too nice? What can be too nice? But you know what I mean. It is like too, yes, sometimes we need a little challenge, and this is the challenge card. Yeah. And then this can help us. And luckily we have a third card that is friendly. So I will show you some of the cards later. But these are like Tarot de Marseille. So the small arcana are not with pictures like we know it from Smith Waite. And this is the Abon and Droite. This is the motto of Visconti Sforza. This means from the good, Abon and Droite is the right. So this means coming from the good is the right, so to say. Yes. And we have the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Coins. And this means, we know this from Smith Waite, where the juggler is juggling with two coins. Could you say it like this? So this is about two things. It's not one thing. It's not unity. There are two aspects, and they are influencing each other. And this is about, you know, this could be seen as this lying eight, the symbol of eternity in Smith Waite. So this could be seen as that too somehow. It is two things are happening. This means also you should not see just one side. You should not see that just one opportunity, so to say. So the coins, the pentacles are always about real life. This is what you can touch. This is what you can do. This is about your job. It is about money. It could be about gardening, your body, sports, whatever it is, what you prefer to eat, all of that. Yeah, this is real life. Everything that is tangible, I always say to these cards. So this is two please see both sides of the coin, so to say. Please see both aspects. Please get a second opinion, maybe, whatever. But please have a look two of them. Yeah, and it is about dynamics. So this means it is not just one thing is happening and this is like, it's stable, it's fixed, you cannot change anything about it. This is really about a more fluent situation. Different things are coming into play, different things are important. Yeah, so this is not I will do this or I will do that. This is I will do both, because both is best for me and because I need now more than just one influence and I need a broader picture, so to say. You could say this is also about the me and the you, so it can also have a link to asking others for help and yes, getting influences from outside of yourself to see what would be the best way. Really consciously seeing different things and putting two things into the picture, you could say it. Yes. So when we put these cards together, we see. First of all, these two cards, they are very heavy. They are grave. I think you can say it like this in English, maybe. They are like the tower we have here. This is the breakthrough. In a way, it is a breakthrough. Here, everything breaks. And this can be very positive in the long term, but at first it is very, very heavy. It's hard. It's disturbing somehow. Yes. It's really when things are torn down, come down, but it was much needed, because who wants to live in a tower forever? Yeah, let's say it like this. Nobody. You want a little bit of freedom, you want to develop, you want to grow. Yes, you are getting bigger than the tower was, so to say. You are growing out. It's like when children grow, and they are growing every time, I think. So you have to buy new clothes because the old ones are too small. You could see this as a picture for this card. Yeah. So the second card is a Hanged Man. I'm sorry for my cat. It wants to go out, but it has to wait a minute now. The Hanged Man is about seeing things in a different angle. It is about the 180-degree change, so to say. And it is it is uprooting, but it is helpful in the long term, because if it would not have been discomfortable, this is too German English, if there was no discomfort, you would not change anything. Yeah, it's like that. And yes, Kitty, yes, I will let you out in a minute. She's around my legs now. And you see here the Two of Pentacles. This is really about two influences are important. Not just rely on one thing, have different influences in your life. And if you have to choose, try not to put out anything. Yeah, it's not like this I will put away. Try to do both. Try to do more than just one thing to enrich your life. Yeah, this is not so much about I will do this or that. It is more about I will do both. Yeah, grab whatever you can. And I said I want to have a short look at the cards themselves now in the end, so you can have an impression, because these are Renaissance cards. These are among the oldest tarot cards that are known. Very classical, you see here. Let's have a look if we can see some of the bigger arcana. Yes, here are some. The Wheel of Fortune. And this is one of the decks where almost no cards were missing. I think 3 or 4 were missing. They had to be repainted in that style. But the rest is everything as it was in those days. And this is so beautiful to see the High Priestess here as a female pope. Here is the Empress, the Star. Not the Star. This is Temperance. It's just because of her dress. This is Temperance, a very old motif. The Moon. And you see these ones are like the Tarot de Marseille. So here the ones very classical. We see the Hermit card, it's more like a Saturn, so to say. So we see many classical ideas here. It's quite a bit different than Smith-Waite Tarot, the Queen of Pentacles, but very, very beautiful. And one link to the beginnings of Tarot. So I just wanted to show you some of the cards. The Devil, I think he is among the cards that were redrawn. Here we see the World card with these little angels. It's a bit different than we know it, but many things are also similar too, like the Emperor here. It is very similar. So you have a little impression of these lovely cards. Queen of Swords, the Fool here. Yes, Kitty, I will let you out now. So we have to end with this reading. My cat wants to go out. Every cat person knows it. So to be earnest, we would say in German at the end, I just want to say I'm wishing all of you a wonderful time, as good as it's possible, and yes, I hope everyone, I think everyone hopes that things will become better, and we will see change maybe until next full moon. But please always have these both coins in the back of your mind. So this means like balancing. Yeah, do good things to yourself. The evil things come from themselves, I always say. Evil comes from itself. You don't have to worry that it will come. So please consciously do good things for yourself. Nourish yourself in any way that's possible, to really give strength to the positive. Yeah, to really see, have a good look at yourself, as we would say in German. Yes. So I'm wishing everyone a peaceful, a wonderful time, and we will see what will happen until next full moon. Wishing all of you all the best, and yes, we will see each other next full moon again.